Hello everybody, Mark at 100% Pure Elvis. Thank you all for taking the time out to return to my channel today. I really do appreciate your support of the channel, and if you are a new subscriber, welcome. What I want to share with you all today is my favourite Elvis Presley book collection, and you will all know by now it is the magnificent books, the Elvis Files. I do not own every one in the series, so I've only got books 3 to 8, so there was 8 in the series, book 1 and 2. Unfortunately, I've not had an opportunity to purchase yet because they are out of print. You all know the Elvis Files books. They are a premium price book, really great books, great images of Elvis inside throughout his whole career, and to me, they are the pinnacle of any Elvis collector, especially when it comes to having books on Elvis. Now, I first found out about the Elvis Files books and magazines through Strictly Elvis. So I used to work for the Strictly Elvis organisation. I used to be part of their team, and each year we used to do they still do a festival in Great Yarmouth in the United Kingdom, and the Elvis Shop London used to always have its own room there selling Elvis merchandise from the Follow That Dream label, books, rare vinyls, etc. And that is where I come across the Elvis Files books. And again, the very first one that I purchased was actually the last one in the series, which covered the years 1976 to 1977. And I remember when it was completely sealed, and I remember opening it. I got back to the caravan where I was staying at the caravan park at the Strictly Elvis Festival, and I was in awe in regards to what was inside the book. Now, each of the books that I'm going to share with you, I have already done individual flip throughs of before. And again, I'm just going to quickly go through each of the ones that I have in my collection, share with you some images inside, and kind of talk to you about why I think they are a must-have for any serious Elvis collector. Not forgetting, unfortunately, I do not own books 1 and 2. Now, the first book that I've got in my collection covers the years 1960 to 1964. What I can tell you is these books are very heavy, very well put together, great photos inside, and again, I look through these books constantly, and you can look through the book 3, 4, 5 times and always find something different. And for me, I love everything about the Elvis Files books. Now, if you are looking at starting to collect the series of Elvis Files books, please always go to the Elvis Shop London online first. eBay, you are looking at a premium price. So, as I was saying, 1960 to 64, it mainly covers the coming out of the army, starting the movie career back up with GI Blues. So, I'm going to go through some selected photos inside. And again, this is what the book looks like. Every page that you come across is just perfect. High gloss as well. They're high gloss pages in the Elvis Files books. And again, not forgetting, because you're paying a premium price for these books, you are getting what it's worth. Very well put together. And this is the most recent one that I actually added to my collection. And you know, what I love is all the movies that Elvis starred in between 1960 to 64. It talks you through the film, the soundtrack, the songs that were lifted from the movie. So here, Elvis captures new fans, pours profit into charity. But I wanted to reshare these because some of my new subscribers have reached out to me and asked me, could I reshare them? But I will say, if you are one of them subscribers who have reached out to me, please return back to my 100% Pure Elvis channel and you will find individual uploads for these books where I do a flip through of every single page. And most of the uploads for these books, 45 minutes to an hour. But again, what I would say, if you don't mind, if you are going to go back and actually start looking at the flip throughs that I am doing, please try your best to do it in one sitting, because again, you will thoroughly enjoy it, because to me, you want to see these books page by page of great Elvis photos and information. And there we go. So again, that's a selected few pages that I wanted to share, covering the years 1960 to 64. I loved that image of Elvis on the front here in his yellow shirt, and on the back, again, selected images throughout the years 1960 to 64. Now, the next one covers the years 1965 to 1968. This book's even thicker than the last one. Look at that. Absolutely. I love the image of Elvis on the front cover here from the 1968 NBC TV special. On the back, images throughout the years 1965 to 1968. Inside, again, you're starting here with Paradise Hawaiian style. And for me, obviously, it would just take far too long to read through these books. But for me, I must admit, I look at them for the photos mainly, more so than the content inside. When you get to the books that are from the 1970s, I love it because they've got the set list from the concerts. But absolutely great releases, the Elvis Files. And again, there's one of my favourite photos from Stay Away Joe. I love that image of Elvis there. Quirky movie. Try and get some more here from Stay Away Joe. Please don't forget, any questions about any of these books, don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. So we're going on to the TV special here. I'm trying to be very careful how I handle these as well. And I will share with you later, I have damaged one of them on the recent house move me and my husband did last year. And again, things like this, you just want to be able to keep them in as good condition as possible. Charo. And we go, The Trouble with Girls. And some image after filming Change of Habit. Now, this one has over 600 pages in this book. So it's just, there we go, meeting some fans. Let me get to them final pages. So sorry, this is a great opportunity to share with you. So as you can see, books 1 and 2 I do not have. There we go. So that is the Elvis Files covering the years 1965 to 1968. I'm going to put them down at the side of me if you don't mind. Now, the next one covers the years 1969 to 1970. Let me check the pages. Over 560 pages in this book, so not as big as the last one. There we go. Another great image of Elvis there on the front from 1969 in his black jumpsuit. And on the back, selected images from 1969 to 1970. Now again, let's go inside. Now this is what I mean about, so here it's sharing with you the recorded dates of songs, the studio that was used. Sorry, Change of Habit's in this book. Sorry, not the last one. Change of Habit here. You will all know that's my favourite Elvis movie. I'm going to try my best to show you some of my favourite ones in this book. The thing for me is, Elvis always had time to meet his fans at the gates of Graceland. Obviously, nowadays, you wouldn't have the star doing that because of the threats, I would imagine. Elvis always had time for his fans. The 1969 press conference. Even though I really enjoy sharing these books, they are really heavy to hold. Oh, look at multiple images from the 1969 press conference. Oh, you're so handsome, so handsome. I'm going to try my best. Here we go. Elvis draws 101,500 in a 4-week hotel residency. Back where he belongs, in front of a live audience. Now again, when you go back to my channel and watch the individual flip-throughs of these books, you're going to want to buy them because they are just outstanding. And I think for me, I love this shirt. I've got a shirt like this. I love the way Elvis looked here. That's the rehearsals for That's the Way It Is. August 4th, 1970. Look at this here. So live in Las Vegas, and then at the left it gives you the songs that he sang throughout his appearances from August 10th to September 7th. You know, for me, I love hearing people's stories of them seeing Elvis live in concert. You know, I'm in awe of them, because having the opportunity to watch the best entertainer that ever graced the world stage, amazing. I think for me, people say, do you ever tire of talking about Elvis? Not at all, and not at all. I think, obviously, as Elvis fans, we all know how important this man is to us, and gets us through thick and thin, gets us through the good and bad times. And I think there's not a day goes by where I don't think about Elvis or I don't play his music. That's how important this man is to me. So that covers the years 1960 to 1970. The next one covers the years 1971 to 1973, and this has less pages. It has 486 pages, so it should be easier to handle. Again, I love the image on the front here. Absolutely great image of Elvis there. On the back, selected images from 71 to 73. Let's look inside. So, and again, I suppose when you are looking at these books, you can actually see sometimes a difference in Elvis's appearance. You know, I'm one of them Elvis fans where you can look at the Elvis Files from 1969 to 1970, and then, sorry, something's just fallen down. And then you can look at the last one that covers the years 1976 to 77. There is a difference in his appearance. There's no getting away from that, but still looked amazing, gave a great show. Elvis always gave 100% whenever he was on stage. That's not to say sometimes he wasn't as good as other times. I've seen YouTube videos of Elvis live on stage where he hasn't sounded that good, but absolutely still gave a great show. And what I mean by that is he always gave the show his adoring public wanted. I remember talking to Gina. So Gina has her own channel, Patrick At's Place for Elvis Fans, and she had the privilege of seeing Elvis Presley live in concert. I think it was 1976. Gina, please correct me if I am wrong on that. But she said she was in awe. She was in awe of Elvis in concert when she seen him, and fair play to Gina. You know, it's seeing her idol in concert. And she was saying that when he came on stage, she was adamant. He looked at her. I thought, I think I'd faint if it was me. You know, and again, I don't think Elvis realised the impact he had on his adoring public. He was such a special man, but I don't think he realised how much he was. I do believe, because I do get asked by people, do you think Elvis knew the talent he had? I do believe, yes. I think Elvis knew he had a talent. He knew he was brought onto earth to be Elvis Presley. I don't really get that deep normally, but I think Elvis knew the impact he had, but I don't think he realised how much he actually meant to his fans. That's my personal opinion. I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree? And when you're looking through these as well, and you look at the concert dates, especially going into the mid-70s mainly as well, the amount of dates he did, how could a man sustain that? And but again, Elvis wanted to be on stage performing for his fans. You know, I've had many a discussion in regards to should Elvis have taken a couple of years out of touring. Yes, I think he should have, maybe even a year. I do get asked, should Elvis have returned to the movies in the 70s? No, I'm glad he didn't, actually. I'm glad Elvis didn't return to the movies. I'm glad he stuck with the touring. But I do genuinely believe, I think after Elvis Presley's divorce, I think he should have took time out. I think he should have taken a year out, 74 to 75, take time out and kind of get himself healthier. And then I think after the grueling schedule of 1976, I think he should have took time out as well. That one there on the right, I love that image here as well. That is from April 25th, 1973. So what's that say there? Wiggling Elvis sings Seattle. No, yeah. Wiggling Elvis sings Seattle into a frenzy. Again, meeting fans backstage. I remember when one of my good friends, CJ, so CJ also has his own Elvis YouTube channel called CJ's Den, and many months ago, not long after he moved house, he showcased his complete collection of the Elvis Files, and he actually mentioned my channel. You know, and I remember thinking how lovely that was of CJ to showcase my channel on his video. And he was talking about it was refreshing to see an Elvis fan do flip throughs of these books. And it was a complete pleasure of mine. Again, I do the best on my channel for my subscribers and for the love of Elvis, and I want to share some of my collection with some Elvis fans that are probably less fortunate than myself not to be able to own these books. So the next best thing is to have a flip through, and then you can look at the video time and time again to look at the photos, can't you? 1971 to 73, the Elvis Files. Again, on the back, two more. The next one is has, let me check, it's got even less pages, 402. 1974 to 75. What I want to share with you first and foremost with this one is, let me find it here. He says, this one came with a free poster inside, and it's the Forum, Los Angeles, May 11th, 1974, 8:30 p.m. show. There you go, like a fold-out poster inside. Now, I also love this inner photo of Elvis. There you go, look at that. I love that image of Elvis on the right there inside this one. Now, again, on the front of 1974 to 75. Lovely jumpsuit there, beautiful. And on the back, again, selected images covering the years 74 to 75. Let's share what's inside. Again, try my best to hold it the best I can. And this here, red, white and blue Elvis. Elvis performed, crowd pleased. And I think, I remember talking to some Elvis fans online recently, maybe about 2 to 3 months ago, about how Elvis went about choosing which jumpsuit to wear on stage. And apparently most of the time he decided at the very last minute. I don't know how true that is. Which is your favourite jumpsuit of Elvis? Oh, I love this. I love that jacket. I love the image of Elvis there. I just love everything about that image of Elvis there on the left. This here is from, it says, His Majesty Elvis draws adoration in Fort Worth, June 15th, 1974. I was saying earlier in this upload that I look through these books a lot, and you can understand why, can't you? Because they are beautiful. So this one here, they can't stop loving Elvis. He still gets them all shook up. You know, I have my selected favourite images of Elvis throughout his career, but there's just, then you can see some rare images of Elvis that you've not seen before. You just again think it's just great photo of a great man. And I think obviously Elvis Presley was one of the most photographed men of his time. I want to try and get some of my favourites. There's karate. You know, obviously Elvis loved his karate, didn't he? Oh, some great images here as well. That was from October 6th, 1974. Live in Las Vegas. So that residency started on March 18th to April 1st, 1975. The King is here. And again, I think sometimes what frustrates me as an Elvis fan is when so-called Elvis fans talk about when did Elvis start looking overweight or ill. I mean, I think even up to the year 75, early 1976, he still looked in fine shape. Yeah, he was putting on the weight. But for me, you know, I think it was quite noticeable mid 77, but 76 as well. Yeah, you could see it put on weight, but didn't bother me whatsoever. You know, when you look at pictures, when I look at pictures of my idol Elvis, I don't look at it and think, oh God, he looks bigger there at all. I do sometimes look at a concert image of Elvis and I do think he didn't look well, but I never think about his weight. I think Elvis was very aware of his appearance, but I think in the end he became comfortable with the fact that his adoring public still wanted to see him perform live. There wasn't overly fussed about how he looked. Coming to the end of this one. He says, as he's trying to turn the page. Presley cancels Vegas stint. Health is the cause. He very rarely cancelled dates, so did he? The only time he did is when he was not well, obviously ill. And the last part of this book that I'll show you is here. So the Elvis Files 1974 to 75. The last one in my collection is the one that unfortunately got damaged on the move me and my husband made last year. So I forgot to put the poster back in that last book. Let me put that away. It covers the years 1976 to 77. Now, again, I just want to share something with you that I've got inside. And again, it's quite special to me. So, a few years ago, when I was at the Strictly Elvis Festival as part of the team, we had Sam Thompson and Lynn Royce Taylor as the special guests. And I've got two signed photos. So here is the one with Sam Thompson. And he has signed it for me. To Mark, TCB, Sam Thompson. One of my favourite Elvis jumpsuits there. Is it the Red Flame jumpsuit? And obviously Sam Thompson here. And then Lynn Royce Taylor. Absolutely lovely man as well. Gave so much of his time to the Elvis fans. Beautiful voice as well. So they're quite special to me. So I put them in this book for safekeeping. he says. Now, I'll put them to one side quickly. Now let's get on to this final volume. You will see this is the damage of Durham, which is a bit frustrating. I got caught here. But let's talk about how many pages. 392. So the books have got thinner and thinner. And what a great image on the front of Elvis here. I think that's a 1977 image of Elvis, from the early tour of 77. What a great jumpsuit that is. On the reverse, multiple images covering the year 1976 to 77. Let's look inside. What a classic to open up out on. And again, this is one of the jumpsuits I'm not overly keen on, I must admit. The flip through of this book, 1976 to 77, is one of the most viewed uploads on my channel. It has over 11,000 views to date. So thank you to each and every one of you who have watched that upload. You've probably watched it time and time again. I don't know if that counts, but it doesn't matter. You know, as long as you're enjoying looking through these. Into many images of Elvis that you've just not seen before and are rare, and you probably won't get to see them again unless you purchase these books. Again, I was saying in the upload earlier, first place to check is the Elvis Shop London. And always be prepared to pay a higher price. You know, again, you might be fortunate to buy a second-hand copy where someone is selling one for cheaper. There is another website that you could try. Now, I don't know if this website is worldwide, so please share in the comments if it is or not. It's called Vinted, Vinted. And I looked at Vinted recently, and they did have some of these books on there, and they were mainly second hand, like 80, 90, £100. I think that's great prices. I love the high gloss of these books as well. Yeah, this was the first book that I purchased of the Elvis Files, and why did I choose this one first? I really can't answer that, if I'm quite honest with you. I do prefer looking at images of Elvis from the 1970s. That's the era of music I grew up on. So I think, I'm interested in this one more, but I don't know why I chose the book 76 to 77. Because they had a few copies in stock of the other ones as well. Elvis, he's still the king. Always was and always will be. Elvis is an oldie but goodie. So obviously, at that stage, he was only 41 years old. But people, this Martha Hirsch said he's an oldie. I don't agree with that. And I always think to myself, I've been asked a question before and I haven't been able to answer it. So if anyone could help me, the throwing of the scarves into the audience. Why did Elvis start doing that? Do we know? I mean, obviously he wanted his fans to have a part of, himself. So the scarves were there's something he could give them. But did anyone else do that before Elvis? I'm not sure. No to Paris. So obviously at that time there was talk that Elvis was going to go over to France and do some dates in Paris. And as they're talking there about Wembley, obviously no to Wembley. I truly believe Elvis would have wanted to have performed outside of the US. I know there's some people that would disagree with that, but because why wouldn't Elvis have wanted to have seen his fans overseas? I mean, I know a lot of the English fans travelled, and other fans from around the world travelled to the United States to see Elvis perform anyway. I was talking to Gina about that a few months ago, and Gina, if I'm correct, I think Gina was saying to me she believes Elvis would never have left the United States to tour. But that image on the right, I absolutely adore. We're going into 77 now. So with Ginger at her grandfather's funeral. I'm going to try my best to... I might have passed it, but there's a great image that, look at that, I just love it, I absolutely love it. There's an image in the book here, I'm sure it's from 77, that I just love everything about it. When I come across it, I will share it with you. His last holiday vacation in Hawaii. He looked so happy. Okay, there we go. I might have passed that image by, so I'm sorry if I have. I'm going to try and get to the end of this book and then try and share with you my favourite images from this time era. So we're now going into, this is April of 77. The sundial jumpsuit. There it is on the right. So that, I love that image of Elvis there. So that image was taken April 28th, 1977, the 8:30 p.m. show at Brown County Veterans Green Bay. Absolutely adore that image. Sitting on the stool, looking out to his door in public, looks relaxed, looks happy. If you're wondering what my drink is, it is apple and blackcurrant squash. Right, we're going on to the last tour. I'll just read some of these headlines. The last one here said, Aging Elvis 42. What do you mean aging Elvis 42? Just no age. No, look, that's a good one as well, isn't it? That's great. We're coming to the end of this one. If you have the opportunity to watch any of these uploads of the Elvis Files, please take time out. Please return back to my channel, 100% Pure Elvis, and give yourself an opportunity to watch the upload all the way through. You will see I'm talking at length about each page. Some of the videos can last 45 minutes to an hour, like this one. But again, I do enjoy doing these videos. They do last slightly longer, but I want to give great content to my subscribers. I'm going to be finishing off in a moment. And we're going into the June of 77. Last concert date, June of 26th. And I ain't going to finish on the last page just because we all know what happened. So again, I just want to get them books back up. I think when you are talking about a collection of Elvis Presley books that you really need to look at adding to your collection, for me, these are a must-have. And I must admit, they are a premium price, and you really, really have to be able to afford it. But again, you can get some second-hand copies that are just are, you know, you don't need brand new ones. I mean, if you can afford to get if you can afford to buy one brand new, which is still completely shrink wrapped, that's what I would do. But a couple of them that I purchased were second hand, and nothing wrong with them whatsoever. But again, I really wanted to re-show you that collection today. Again, just a quick 1960 to 64, 1965 to 68, 1969 to 1970, 1971 to 73, 1974 to 75, and then finally 1976 to 77. To answer, thank you all for taking the time out to share my love of the Elvis Files book collection with me today. And again, thank you for returning to my channel. Thank you for your continued support of the 100% Pure Elvis channel. Again, please do not forget, if you've got any questions about any of these books in my collection that I've just shared with you, do not hesitate to ask me in the comments below, and I will reply to you all as soon as I possibly can. Until then, please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. Lots of love, everybody, and I will speak real soon. Bye-bye.